Hi there. Well, it looks like this year's Easter lamb cake was a success. I was actually sent a recipe in email for what they call a Polish style lamb cake that is somewhat different from the traditional pound cake recipe. Um, in fact, the Polish recipe called for the use of a lamb mold that was only about half the size of a typical lamb cake pan, and furthermore, it was meant to be made in an aluminum pan rather than a cast iron mold. So I did have to make a couple of modifications to the recipe, but it appears to have worked because this cake turned out, well, not bad at all. This recipe caught my eye because it was so simple, only a few ingredients mixed together in a single bowl. It supposedly dates to the Middle Ages, though I was a little skeptical that a medieval recipe included cornstarch in the ingredients. More importantly, this recipe was meant to produce a lamb cake in a very small lamb mold, and I had to double the ingredients here. In hindsight, I should have used 2 lemons rather than 1, or perhaps included orange zest along with the lemon zest. Once all of our ingredients are together, we simply mix them into a cake batter. The end result was a very thick batter. Now we grease and flour a cast iron lamb cake mold and spread out the batter. I was concerned the original recipe said to heat the oven to only 320 degrees and bake it for about 40 minutes. Especially since this was a thick cast iron mold, I decided to try baking it for a full hour instead. Fortunately, this turned out to be the right decision. As always, here is the moment of truth. Aha! It worked! Haha! I was actually worried. Oh yes, no problem at all. It's still warm. There we go. Now for the last... Oh, that came out easy. Oh, that came out very easy. This will work. Come on. Haha, there we go. Haha! And at least at first, this appeared to be a perfect lamb cake. And we don't even need to frost the cake, just give it a dusting of powdered sugar, and we're all set. Regrettably, I have to say the cake actually didn't thoroughly bake at the very center. This makes me think that the next time I bake this cake, and I will bake it again, I'll set the temperature to 350 degrees and bake it for a full hour. That should give a cake that's thoroughly baked inside and out. But this was a fun project, and on the whole, I'm happy with the results. It'll just take a little adjustment, and we'll have a Polish lamb cake that anyone would be proud to serve on Easter or at any other time of the year.